Good evening. I have returned with my 12-hour anniversary live stream. And as part of this 12-hour anniversary live stream, we have the Fearful Fortunes, where we have two wonderful friends of mine to play some Dungeons & Dragons in a homebrew short-form campaign of a Cthulhu-inspired idea. This is an experiment for me to see if I can do this, as well as also just have some fun with it. Have fun with two wonderful friends of mine. We're gonna dive into stuff because I've got there's still more hours of this 12 hour to go. So let's. Oh yeah, no, I do have announcements I have to make. One of those, because we're playing Dungeons & Dragons, I'm an affiliate with Fantasy Grounds. If you wish to support the channel, you can do so that way with the link that will be appearing in the chat, or when this thing goes live on YouTube later on at some point, down in the description below. Affiliates, there we go. In addition, you can hopefully hear some music on in the background. That music is provided to us by SiriusState.com, Tabletop.audio.com, Fessian Studios, Alexander Nakarada. No, that's not how you spell. That's not what you do. Alexander Nakarada, Tabletop. What did I say? Tabletop from Superstar Studios. There we go. And Travis Savoy from RPG Music Maker. I'll get there eventually. So you can hear all the music hopefully going on in the background, and hopefully it's not too quiet for you guys, because sorting out the balance of the music is sometimes a bit of annoyance for me. Also, there is I usually talk about Heroforge, but we have no Heroforge minutes today. Anything else I need to talk about? Oh yeah, after this there'll be more stuffs. We're going to continue. We're going to play until about 9ish, and then there'll be more stuffs after that. King of the Castle is the plan, where you guys can attempt to dethrone me from being the king, and you are all my subjects, and yeah, you know, that's the thing that happens. I think that's it for announcements.
How long are you streaming today?
Sorry?
How long are you already streaming today?
I've been streaming since 10 o'clock this morning.
Wow.
Yeah. Still got more hours to go. It's fun. I actually quite enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Let's
very nice.
Let's talk about some characters, shall we? Are you okay, Chad? Thank you for the bits as well,
good.
Mate. You are good. Let's talk about your character, Torteek. Who are they?
Oh, Torteek. Well, Torteek is he's
there he is.
Drunk. Yep, I'm right here. Yeah, Torteek is a drunk. He's a turtle, big old tortoise guy, and he likes to use his fists when he's not using his gullet to drink stuff. And he's very good at drinking stuff, and it really helps him to forget what he doesn't want to remember, which I don't remember what I want to forget. It's doing its job, mate.
He is indeed doing his job. And the long-suffering partner of Torteek is Lila, run by Ali. Could you tell us a little bit more about Lila for us?
So Lila is on a kind of spiritual journey from her monastery to face and conquer her fear through, meditation, through remembering the good things and finding her core and all that stuff. So she's on this ghastly island solving mysteries, finding ghosts in order to, become a more spiritually rounded ninja type person.
Yeah.
She's good at fighting and setting up peace and comfortable spaces.
Yes. And
her god is the god, the small good things in life.
The small pleasurable things in life, yes. And this island these islands where your characters currently are situated, definitely need them. And with that, we're going to dive into the session today, because these two characters are currently in the Ghost Isles, a collection of islands to the northeast of Malintar, where things happen that nobody really wants to talk about. Things of a insane nature that drives people that go there to either insanity or to never return to the real world.
Oh,
Our heroes Our heroes have arrived on this place and discovered that there is a little town on the edges of the coastline here called No Name Town, or Lockjaw Town, depending on who you speak to, which seems to be inhabited by either vaguely fish-like people or vaguely gorilla-like people, and there seems to be some sort of tension between the two of them. The Lockjaws, who are the gorilla-like people, seem to think that they are the ones in charge of the town, even though really they're not. While the fish-like people, the bassmouths as they are called, kind of resentful of that fact. The only thing that is preventing the two of them from coming to blows is the fact that every night things enter the town. Ghostly things, mirages, things that go bump in the night, and they are forced to stay to their homes. There is another individual in this town called Kranodyn, who is definitely not of this place. He is a very scarred, hunched back, tattered clothing individual who has requested the help of our two PCs, to Torteek and Lila, and has told them to come and find him in his home on the coastline, should they desire to know more. Last night, Torteek went out to go and just explore around a bit more, find out if there was more here, and to try and follow Kranodyn, actually, to see where he was going. He wasn't great in that attempt, and unfortunately stumbled over some fleshy, rotting arms and body parts, which had this very sort of grey, mottled skin. And while he was there, he started asking, who do these things belong to? Which attracted some attention of a horrible, large, worm-like creature with far too many tentacles and a big beak-like mouth that extended out from beneath the tentacles to try and bite him. And this creature was also accompanied by a whole bunch of, grey-skinned, mottled creatures with far too many limbs and stabby things. He was successful in. Yeah, I know. He was successful in defending himself and fighting off these creatures, and decided that it would be the better part of valor to head back to the tavern called Sailor's Shelter before anything else decided to try and bite him. The following morning, once the light had struck, even though light is very difficult to see in this place considering the very, very overcast nature of the area, he went out and had a chat with one of the thank you very much. He went and had a chat with one of the market stall owners, that's the word I wanted, who appeared to be selling some clothing. Didn't look great and looked like he was very, very bored. Had a bit of a chat. It was one of the bassmouths, and discovered that there were things that were weird around the place, and tried to ask why things were the way they were. Why did the people not want to help Kranodyn? He wasn't particularly forthcoming. He also didn't seem to know anything about it, it didn't seem to care too much about the fact that this entire place seemed to have things happening at night that shouldn't happen at night, and kind of shrugged and didn't really help Torteek in any way. So, while they were out, Torteek turned to Lila to ask them what would now be the best course of action: to head out into the forests that are further away to the north end of the village, or to go and chat with some more locals, notably his name is something I've forgotten. Damn it, where are my notes?
Duck.
Vagnos II. So.
I was close.
Oh, right. Vagnos was kind of a dick, wasn't he?
He was kind of a dick, yeah.
He's a chode.
City owner. Right, I made notes about that. Right. Vagnos II, the fancy town owner, will give us more info if we make an appointment with his secretary in his fancy house. That's what I wrote down about.
Yep.
I love it.
And he has the fanciest house of the town, but it's still kind of shitty.
It's still kind of crappy, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you both want to do?
Well, I'm interested in what do you want to do, Lila?
I think chatting with Vagnos would actually be a good idea, honestly. Because just like also to get his side of the whole ghost machine story and everything, and investigate that a little bit. What's up with that?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing too. Because I'm not drunk right now.
We should change that. You seem a bit of sorts.
Oh, good idea for you. Here we are.
Oh, God.
Very good, sir. Very good. Wait a sec.
Oh, jeez. Just disappeared.
He's going to partake in me drink.
No, I will drink a tea, thank you. I think your god and mine are similar enough, but also different enough that I shouldn't have too much of your holy water.
Well, it's really just fancy tea is what it is. Because if you look at it, what is tea but taking herbs and other types of things and soaking these plants inside hot water? And that's what you have to do for the beer as well.
I think
and then you drink it.
Fermenting makes it very different. But yeah,
Potato.
Potato vodka.
Oh, that's an idea. I've got to try that next.
Oh. But I bet Vagnos II has some fancy wine in his fancy mansion that you could drink while I do the talking.
Well, that's a good idea. We should go see Vagnos. Because he's a dick and he probably has stuff to tell us.
Oh, yeah.
And we can kick his ass if he doesn't tell us, right?
Depends on how that goes. I guess I would not like to start assuming that we have to kick his ass. I'd like to start in a more diplomatic fashion. But yeah, in the worst case, that's always an option. Some people just need to kick in the ass. But let's first try not to.
Not like street diplomacy, then, huh?
Street diplomacy often involves knives and fists. No, not like street diplomacy.
Right. All right. I'll follow your lead, all right? All right, Layla?
Okay. I mean, I know you can also be very charming, but not if you dislike people strongly, so.
Well, hello. All right, let's do it. Let's go make our appointment for now.
Okay. Let us go over there and say we want to see him right now.
All right. You head through town, and it's not difficult to find this home. It is actually not too far from the marketplace where you both were having this conversation, and it is the only large building within, well, beyond warehouses. It is the only large inhabitable building within this place, and it looks grand. It looks like one of those buildings that, certainly at one time when it was built, at least, had a beautiful whitewashed wall. It looks like one of those buildings that was actually formed of stone instead of rotting wood, and it would be a wonderful place if it weren't for the several boarded up windows and the lights that only seem to inhabit one wing of the house. The thatched roof, yes, even though it is a grand building, it still has a thatched roof. The thatched roof looks like it has, well, it looks like it's not been replaced in years. You head up to the door through the rusted iron gate that is set into a stone wall that Partitions off a garden. At least you think it's meant to be a garden. The overgrown nature of it, you're kind of wondering what exists in that area. And the thoughts of, certainly for you, Torteek, the creatures that you fought recently. Well, let's hope they don't lurk in that underbrush, shall we say?
Right. He probably has those things in there and turnips. Ugh.
Okay, so what do we want to know? We want to know what he knows about the ghost, what his theory is, maybe.
We want to know why he don't let Kranodyn help with a device to keep the ghosts out of town.
Yes, the ghost machine, anti-ghost machine.
Whoa,
That
came pretty quickly to me. I think I need to have more to drink.
We can wait. How about you wait a second and drink more, and I go knock nicely and ask the secretary.
Right, let's go. I'll drink on the way.
Okay.
All right. You head up to the grand front door. The knocker is one of those very, very old-fashioned for modern times at least. A lion head knockers with the massive brass ring on the front of it. It probably had a beautiful brass coating to it, except it's now black and tarnished. You pull the knocker back and give it a slam, and the sound seems to echo out with a dull thud within the building. There is a long amount of time to wait, and there's that thought that there's almost like the thought of you want to pull the knocker again.
Oh yeah.
Before the door slowly opens. And standing there in front of you is another one of those individuals who looks vaguely ape-like. She is, however, female, as you can tell from the pronoun I'm using. And she opens the door and looks plainly dressed. The cut of her clothing is something that would leave someone to be would place somebody to be of the sort of upper working classes, possibly, I would say. But as she opens the door, she says, "Yes."
Oh, hello. We were just playing with your knockers. I said the knockers.
Elbow him in the ribs and hello. Oh no, we're the newcomers in town, and Mr. Magnus II kindly offered to receive us as honored guests of the town, since he's the most important, of course. Lila has a hard time of saying that with the vigor it might require. So we would like to have an appointment, please. For what time is it? How about 2 minutes from now? Is he busy?
I'm afraid, sir, the master of the house is not at home right now. They're currently dealing with some requests that have been submitted to them by the Bath's mouths, and he is currently dealing with said issue. I'm afraid I cannot say what time he will return.
Oh, well, what is the problem he's dealing with?
I'm afraid I am not at liberty to reveal that to...
Why not?
Well, when is he home?
I cannot say. You're welcome to try and find him, but I doubt he will wish to speak to you.
Oh, all right. Well,
something.
Thank you. I walk in past her.
So you do what?
I push in the inside past her.
Wow. Okay.
Oh no, Torteek!
Okay. Yeah. Roll me an athletics, please, mate. As you push past this individual.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You start moving forward, and you go to push past her before she puts out her hand and strikes you in the chest. There is a surprising amount of strength to that hit.
Ugh.
Damn it, Haikos, really? Thank you very much for that reroll.
Damn it.
Thank you,
was
Haikos.
less. We have another reroll.
Oh,
No, I need one reroll in this regard. Sorry, mate. Otherwise, we'll be rerolling after reroll. Thank you, Haikos, though, for the channel points. Though that's very kind of you.
Thank
but
you,
there is
you.
she puts out her hand and strikes the middle of your chest, and there is definitely a surprising amount of strength to that push. And it just stumbles you back a bit.
Well, oh, I kind of go like do one of these. Oh, and I kind of go forward and try like I'm gonna try to get past her again. I'm gonna try to do like a juke type of thing and try to skip past her again. And now, so that you know, in this particular instance, it's not as much to necessarily try to get past her per se, but it's kind of one of those things to make it look. He's making it look like he's being obstinate and rude, but what I'm really doing is I'm measuring her.
Okay.
Seeing what she can do.
not rude to like measure the secretary.
Okay. But okay, so
I mean, she hit pretty hard.
She hit you pretty hard, yes. Are you looking? Is your aim? So your aim is to basically measure against her. Are you going to try and get through the door still, though?
Yes. I'm going to make it look like I am trying to get through the door, but it's also to, like I said, test and see what exactly she is and what she can do, kind of thing. Okay.
All right.
And so so when she goes to, the idea is I'm trying to push past her again, kind of like try to juke and push past her again. When she goes to stop me, I'm going to try and divert her attack and, basically get into kind of a little bit of a scuffle with her to get past her.
Wow.
Roll me. It's Lila. Did you want to say something?
I'm just figuring out how Lila would react to this, because that's such a surprising move. But I think Lila already, like in game, Lila probably already knows him enough to see this kind of thing coming. And
I think so, yeah.
How do I react to this? Let's first see if you get past.
All right. Torteek, roll acrobatics for me, please.
Or can I distract her or something? Ooh.
Let's see. She will use athletics on this one. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
You are actually indeed able to skip past her, your very athletic form, dodging round, moving to one side and then almost fainting to another before moving back around to the other side, and you are able to dance around her through the door. You see her go to reach for you to grab part of your clothing, but she's unsuccessful in trying to grab that part, and you kind of dance around.
If I may, when she goes to kind of grab, as I kind of get past, she goes to kind of grab, and now I'm picturing she goes to kind of grab, and I kind of do like a swipe to push her hand out of the way and kind of duck around, and then I try to duck past, and I see her kind of like trying to spin to try to stop me with like the other hand, and then I kind of like block that one, push her back the other side so she falls forward a little bit, and then I kind of do like a half tumble to one knee and roll up to the other side as she tried to swing back around with her other hand.
That's part of that happens.
Okay.
Part of that happens. You knock the grabbing hand behind, and you go round, and you go behind her to go and push her. She turns immediately, and he's able to grab you before you're able to push her, and he says, "Leave now!"
You're a little bit more than what you look like you are, aren't you?
You will leave this home, and you will not return. And she's going to pull you round and throw you out the door.
It's not very polite for guests now, are you?
Oh,
She will gain advantage on this.
I would like to.
You can roll either athletics or acrobatics from this.
Okay. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Wow. Okay. That was a surprise. I've never done that before.
Oh my gosh! What? Oh my gosh!
Double natural 20. Fucking hell! All right.
I guess it doesn't matter what I was gonna say I was gonna do. The only thing I can do to avoid this is if I roll a natural 20.
Yeah, go for it.
And it's a natural 1.
There we go. How appropriate. How appropriate. She has grabbed you, and she pivots on one foot, pulling you round and literally hurling you through the door. You are thrown, Torteek. You are not. There's no stumbling. You are thrown through the doorway and out, and down the rotting flight of steps that led up to the doorway here. Lila, you watch this happen, and you see your friend, your large turtle friend Torteek, get thrown several feet from the doorway down the stairs and onto the muddy path that led up to it.
When that happens, I tuck my legs in my head in, and I'm kind of like skidding down on my shell.
Pretty much. You don't take any damage from this because it wasn't a big throw.
Because I got skidded on my shell.
Because you skidded on your shell.
I'm also imagining like all of this happened in the span of maybe 10 seconds or something.
Yeah, not even like 4 seconds. Maybe 4 seconds.
A little bit more than that, but it was still very quick.
Right. So Lila would have had time to react since she's also a bit of a ninja monk. But is probably just so stunned by your rudeness, Torteek, that she's also like, I honestly don't know what to do. So she reaches in her pocket, takes out a little package of biscuits, gives it to the very angry secretary, and says, I am sorry for your inconvenience. I know you just work here. I hope you have a very pleasant work day. This is a guest present, typical to the land where I come from, for the honored host, to have a pleasant day. And she does a little bow and leaves.
The door slams behind you both.
Did she take the cookies?
I'll say begrudgingly she does, although you can see the anger and rage in her eyes as she stares daggers at the pair of you.
Oh no!
And what we don't see is after she slams the door and turns around, she looks down at the cookies, takes a bite, continues on her way.
Pretty much. That's pretty much what happens, yeah.
Torteek laying on his back, he's kind of just sitting there looking up, going, all right, reaches over, grabs his bottle, his jug of everything to pour, starts pouring in. I didn't choose yet today, did I? I didn't choose yet. No, I didn't choose yet today. So let's say really quick here. Alchemy jug. The alchemy jug, that's what I'm saying, yeah. So this time he's like, I need something a little bit stronger. So he gets wine and starts pouring wine out.
Torteek, what? That's why I said I would do the talking. You said you would do the observing. I said I would do the talking. We'll never get into this house ever.
Well, I was yes, you were talking, I was observing, and I've observed that he has surrounded himself with people that are a little bit more than regular commoners.
Yes.
I put my hand out to you. I'm laying on my back still.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Take me hand. Help me up.
Okay, I'll help you up. I'll help you.
I get up. I'm like, did you see what she was doing? She had some training there. She also was trained in a monastery.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
Also, I doubt, what kind of secretary would not know when her boss returns or where he is at that moment?
That's because he doesn't have to return. He's there already still. He just doesn't want to see anybody because he's hiding in his little secret laboratory doing mad scientist things.
So,
Wine?
My next course of action would be, if I can't do it in the godly, guest-friendly way, I might have to do it in the sneaky way of the night.
Yeah.
Because now I'm really curious what's going on with this guy.
Oh yeah. Well, just for shits and giggles, let's go walking around and see if we can see if he is in the town. So we'll see where he's at. We'll talk to him there.
My other idea would been that you make another drunken ruckus outside, have a little fight with the nice lady, and I sneak in through the back and just look in the house.
Well, that's a good idea.
If you think you can take the fish lady, I mean, the monkey lady, I don't want to. No.
Hey. I prefer to be referred to as apes.
Apes schnapes, but do you think you can take her if you're making a bit of a ruckus out here so I have enough time to look around inside?
Well, I don't know. I think she might believe that she is, I don't know. Maybe, but it might be too soon. What do you think? You think we should try it again right now? She might be expecting it. So if we want to do it, we want to do it when she's not expecting it, right?
That's a good point. So maybe if we don't find Wagner's in town, we could come back later and annoy his secretary some more.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else we could do? We could build this giant statue that's shaped like an ape, but it's hollow inside, and we hide inside of it, and we come push up to the front of a door, and then we knock on the door, and she's, oh, look, it's a gift. And when she brings the gift inside, we wait until dark falls, and we come out of the giant ape statue.
I think, I like this plan, but why not something simpler, like a box, like a shipment, like, do we have to build an ape? No, Torteek, you're making my head spin. We can just sneak in.
Well, yeah. All right. Let's go into the town, huh? You want some wine?
Okay. I think I need a sip of wine. It is difficult to follow the gods when you're spreading a bit of chaos and mischief, but you're older and wiser than me, so I will follow your monkly spiritual inspiration.
What do you mean I'm older than you? I thought you were older than me.
And the pair of you head into town before this discussion goes off the rails completely. What are you looking to find here in town?
A box and a big monkey sculpture.
Looking to find a box of the big monkey sculpture. Jeez.
Yes, I want to go with our Trojan monkey idea.
Oh God, jeez. All right. Oh boy. All right. So, oh fuck.
Oh no!
So we're going into town to see if we can find him there, right?
I believe. Is that what you want to do? You want to go around town and see if we can try and find him somewhere?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I think that'd be
It's
the
not a big
easiest way to
town,
do it.
right? There's not a lot of buildings. There's not a lot of places fancy monkey people can be.
Correct.
A lot of people.
It is not a big town at all. So, roll me investigation, you both, or one of you roll with advantage.
How good are you at investigation?
I'm
neutral.
I'm proficient with investigation.
All right, then you get my advantage.
All right. Oh
What
my
are you
god, this
Nice.
die roller hates me.
Nice. A
Today.
9. So,
Gods are not on your side.
no, they
Oh.
don't want to help you at all today. So, you spend quite a bit of time wandering around this basically one street town.
You got a free roll.
My gosh,
And
just
another
gave
reroll. Get better, damn it.
I love you, Haikas.
Thank you, Icons. It's very kind of you.
There we go.
22. There it is.
There
That's
we
a bit
go.
more like it. That's a bit more like
Thank you,
it.
Haikas. Mwah.
God
So yes,
smiled.
the fortune does smile upon you because as you were wandering around this town, trying to find the indomitable form of Vagnos, who shouldn't be that difficult to find, you almost give up hope. Before you fight, you hear the the strained tones of a very, very well-to-do individual in not deep conversation, but definitely annoyed conversation with somebody else. And you turn a corner and you see Vagnos, his very well dressed figure, standing before a group of kind of slovenly looking individuals, all of whom seem to be these sort of fish-like individuals. And one of them seems to be the ringleader. Their flat cap and slightly better tailored clothing help marking them as the leader of this group. And you hear Vagnos saying, "I do not care what the rivers are doing, just fish them, damn it!" Yes, well, unfortunate. Sorry?
He said just fish them?
Just fish them, yes.
Okay.
The rivers.
Yeah, the rivers. Yes, well, unfortunately, the ghosts have decided to take up home. Find a way to deal with them, then. You know how to do these things. This is your prerogative. You've always found ways to deal with it. Just do with it.
What? Can I do something?
Go for it.
I kind of go like, try to half hide behind something, and I kind of shout out around the side, "Well, we should use Kranodyn's plan to make the device to keep the ghosts from bugging us. That'll help." And then
Nice.
Roll me stealth check, please, Torteek.
Do I have to do stealth, or can I do
join them?
persuasion right now?
No, you are doing stealth because you're trying to be sneaky about this.
God damn it.
Can I please join in this from a different street corner?
Yeah, sure. Roll me stealth as well. All right, 17. So, Lila, you are definitely far more hidden than Torteek in this instance. What do you yell out, Lila?
I'm just changing my voice a little bit. Damn right! That man seems to really know what he's doing with that ghost machine.
Persuasion.
I suck at persuasion. I'm good at stealth. I'm not good at persuasion.
I don't require a persuasion roll from either of you in this regard because, as you both yell these things out, the leader of this group looks at Vagnos. What do you mean, Kranodyn's ghost machine? And Vagnos has spun around, eyes glaring down this short, small street. And unfortunately, Torteek, you are very visible. Lila, you're not. You are not visible to him at all. But Torteek, you are very, very visible as he stares daggers at you. That is an issue that cannot be dealt with. Find out away yourselves. And he turns his back on the group behind him, and you hear the leader. Well, if we can't get it solved, you got no fish. And Vagnos just does not yell, doesn't say anything back, and just marches over to you, right up towards you, Torteek, right in your face, grabs you by the lapel of your vest. I will not be spoken to like that from any of my subordinates, even if you are visitors.
I look him right in the eye and I go, as he's like right there in my face, right?
Yeah, you can smell
Wow.
A little bit of spittle comes up, a little bit of like wine left over kind of dribbles down my chin. I'm like, excuse me.
Filth. He sort of shoves you back and stalks off down the...
Purposefully fall on the ground, flat on my back on my shell.
He doesn't care.
No. Right. But everyone else is seeing this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
He just shoves you. He just shoves you back. You make a show of falling back onto your shell, and he continues stalking off down the street. Yeah, Lila, what are you doing?
Oh. Is he stomping off or something, or is he still facing off with him?
No, he's walked off. After shoving Torteek back and Torteek falling to the ground in a very dramatic fashion.
Okay. I am. I'm gonna come out of hiding, so I like randomly sort of appear from the side or in front of him, crossing his path. Should I roll something for that, or is it just fine?
I'll let you have that because you were adequately hidden, so you'd be able to easily just step out in front of him, and he wouldn't know you were there.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Vagnos, it is such a pleasure running into you. Hello. Remember me? I'm Lila Lightfoot, and she like shakes his hand or just stretches out the hand, big beaming smile. She's not the charismatic of characters because she's rather like a more indrawn monk, so this is a bit difficult for her.
He almost stumbles over you and seeing you on the ground, seeing you standing in front of him with this big beaming smile, big toothy grin that you've got. Yes, I do indeed remember you.
Nice. You invited me and my friend for tea, but I have to say my friend is a bit difficult. He isn't maybe feeling too great. You know, the local ale is a bit stronger than he's used to. I would just so love to chat with you. It would be my absolute pleasure. Wait, I have to make myself roll for deception now because I don't think she did this up very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, 11.
Now roll me persuasion, please.
Oh no. She sucks at charisma.
I'd help, but you'd get disadvantage.
No, you don't. You don't.
Stuff.
You don't. You don't.
Another 11 on persuasion.
I had adjusted the DC accordingly in my head, based upon your deception roll. He looks down at you. Did you make an appointment with my secretary?
I really tried to make an appointment with your secretary, but she was rather unhelpful, even though I left very delicious guest presents.
Icons gave you a reroll, Lila.
The persuasion.
On what? On persuasion.
Persuasion. Thank you, Icons.
You're awesome, Icons.
No,
no, So she was honestly rather rude for somebody who should deal with your visitors and order your daily affairs. But that's for you to decide, of course, who you want to have in your house too.
She is perfectly adequate for the role that I have assigned to her. If you desire to talk to me again, he's just continued to talk over you, by the way. If you desire to talk to me again, arrange a visit with my secretary.
You see, I really tried my best here to arrange a visit with your secretary, but I just feel like the guest friendliness of this town is not very well reflected in the kind of welcome we got as the only guest apparently in a long time. And by now I can understand why. I would just like to have a little chat with you.
I do not care what you think, outsider. Leave me in peace. You see drool and spittle beginning to fly from his mouth as he's speaking to you.
Well, Mr. Vagnos, that is really a shame. I was trying to get to know your lovely island and town from a good side, Well, anyway, go about your way. Don't be so grumpy. Don't let the big things bother you so much, or the little ones, Maybe meditate on the things you should be grateful for.
He starts walking off down the street, ignoring you entirely.
Oh, no. We're the worst people on any diplomatic mission, I think.
No, I don't think so, actually. I don't think so. I think you'd be pretty good. You're just against strange individuals, so you're possibly not in the right situation to be the best thing. Torteek, what was that roll for? Oh, you're muted.
It was an accident. I hit the button on accident.
Oh, okay, no worries, by then.
On accident. Roll is like shit.
I know.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm hoping I'm rolling all. See, the dice roller loves Kairos, but it hates Torteek. So
it's wonderful. It's fantastic. I love it. So with that avenue of approach to Vagnos having been somewhat blocked, what is it you guys want to do?
I'm gonna go back to Torteek and help him up, and say like, okay, I have tried the guest-friendly way of the nice monk who brings gifts and tea. I think it is now time for your approach, which is a bit more, direct, maybe.
It's a good idea, I think. But what we did do is we did some investigating in a specific type of way, and we now know that there's other things going on that we kind of knew before. But we also know that he doesn't have a very good relationship with the rest of the people in here, the bass mouths. And we could go talk to them over there. We may have already put a little bit of a seed into their brains, thinking that we are on their side, which kind of we are, aren't we? Maybe vacant.
As you're mentioning this, Torteek, can you glance over to where the bass mouths, the group of bass mouths were? They have mostly departed, except for the one who seemed to be the leader. And he's just watching you, and has been had apparently been standing by to watch this entire interaction between yourself, Torteek, and you, Lila, and how this individual, how Vagnos reacted to you both. Yeah.
I go and I kind of like catch that out of the corner of my eye, and I look over at Lila. I say, "Here we are. Let's see what we can do." And I take her hand as she helps me up.
Okay.
And I try to get the mud off.
Give me 1 second, you guys. I'll be back in a moment.
Okay.
No worries.
Okay.
As you dust yourself off, Torteek, the individual in question walks over to you. You can see now that he's dressed like a foreman. To be more precise, you can see he's got the flat cap on, but the jacket is a little bit I'm trying to say two things at once here. It's ill-fitting, but it is but the cloth is at least a little bit of a higher quality than the clothing of those who were under his remit. Mm-hmm. And the only thing that kind of really stands him apart is the fact that you can see the chain of a pocket watch. Yes, I'm going to say there's a pocket watch here. You can see the chain of a pocket watch emerging from one side of his waistcoat.
Mm-hmm.
And he approaches you, holds out a hand to you. Yo, Zuriel.
Oh, I'm Torteek.
Yoziril.
One more time.
It's Yoziril. It's a bit of a difficult name, I understand this, but that's how it goes here.
It's all right, Yoziril. So, my name is Torteek, and this is my friend, Lila.
Pleasure to meet you.
Hello, Lila.
Hi. It's nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you both. What's
We're
this
new
about? Here. Yeah, I can see that. What's this about Kranodyn's machine?
Kranodyn?
Well, we really, we really wanted to see what the supposed mayor of town is doing about the ghost problem you all seem to be haunted by. But he's been very rude and difficult to get along with.
Oh, very much so, yeah. I would say that I remember him talking a bit about some kind of device that can get away ghosts, but I don't remember specifics. Now, maybe a little bit of memory juice will help jog my memory if you're buying.
What I remember about the machine is that he wanted to build one, but there's some objects he's missing that are out in the dangerous part outside of town, the Dangerlands.
I kind of stop and I look at Lila and I'm like, and I kind of like look at her like, and I motion down to my mug, and I'm like going to like. I'm trying to get a free drink here.
Oh.
I think she just like.
Just carries on. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. I can see that. Yoziril, though, does say, it's alright, I'll get you a drink. We ain't got much to do right now while the ghosts decide to take up home in the rivers. Let's head to the Sailor's Shower.
Torteek, with the gods of the small good things, it is more honorable to give other people little drinks and trinkets and cookies and teas. I'm not used to begging for free drinks, but if you want, I can get you beer so you enjoy life a bit more.
I don't look at her and I kind of go and I lean over to her like it's all right, Lila, and I lean all the way over and I give you a hug, like this big monstrous full shell hug, and I whisper in your ear, "It's called negotiation."
We already know
lean up.
Oh, beautiful.
Yosril leads you both to the sailor's shelter. Just nods at I've forgotten his name. Give me a moment. Where are you? Byron Lockjaw. And
Yeah.
yes, he's called Byron for that reason. If you are that way inclined, he nods at Byron Lockjaw, and gives he's going to give 2 fingers. No, he holds up 2 fingers to him, and then looks questioningly at you, Lila.
No, I'll take one too.
Then instead holds up 3 fingers to Vyram, and they lead you over to a nearby table. So you're saying about a device to keep away haunted?
One second, I need to remember.
Makes sense. What about you,
Right.
Leela?
I guess I also need to remember that she drinks a few sips of the opera drink. It's like, oh, delicious.
I'm going to get
No,
a
it's,
convert.
Is this a question to the GM for what was it that Kranodyn said, or is this a request for something else?
Maybe partial.
I actually took notes this time.
Yeah, I took some too.
I think,
yeah.
Chad, this is why I also misunderstood you earlier, because I also thought you were hinting at needing the information like out of game. Yeah.
Oh no, it's fun. It's fun. It's not a problem at all. It's it makes it perfect for the relationship of the 2 characters. So it's amazing. It's awesome. And he goes, after he just drinks the entire thing down, kind of like a little bit leaking out the side of his mouth. He kind of sets it down and says, "Oh yeah, I remember now. I needed some kind of thing to make this device is to help protect the rest of the place. And it was someplace, I don't remember exactly where he said it was, but he was saying that Vagnos would not, is blocking his ability to be able to finish the device."
All right. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
where was that? Did he say?
He didn't get into too many specifics, but he did invite us over to his place so we can see what he's got. We just haven't gone yet.
All right.
You want to come along, Mr. Yosariel?
Well, I ain't got much else to do while the ghosts are out in the river, so yeah, why not? You know where it is?
All right. Yeah. It's
Alright.
somewhere over there. And he kind of does like one of these point things.
Yeah. All right, we'll finish up. He downs the piss water. What are you going to say, Leela?
Just like, is it the smartest idea to do this while the ghosts are out? Shouldn't this be done in a smart expedition earliest in the morning when we have the whole day?
Oh, it's you're still it's still the middle of the day for you guys.
Yeah.
Alright.
So you have plenty of time before the hauntings start.
I also like how this is just the most normal thing in the world for the villagers. They're all just like, yeah, at night the ghosts come. Like, damn, it's not some legend
Right.
somebody tells. There's just ghosts all the time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Posh. All right.
Okay, so you vaguely remember the direction that Kranodyn gave you to his home. It is not easy. It's not difficult to find. He said it was basically the last house along the coast. it is literally the last house along the coast. It is a strange house, though, because it is rather tall. Compared to most of the other houses around here, the other houses have all been relatively low, single-story buildings, which generally are either for one or two people. They tend to spread out instead of spread up. This house spreads up, and is more tall than it is long, and is one of those very, very, very few houses that actually has a roof not made of thatch. As you approach, the smell of mildew and rotting fish just permeating the entirety of the area around you, and also the salt brine of the sea, which also has a vaguely stale quality to it as it blows in across the coastline here. You approach the door and you can see that there is a very, very warm light coming through one of the nearby windows. And indeed, you can see that the upper story also has a very, very warm candle-lit light that seems to glow from out of the window. You approach and you knock on the door and you hear, "Hold on, I'll be there in a moment."
I love the fish voice of him.
You hear the ka-dunk, ka-dunk, dunk, dunk of.
He's got a badonkadonk.
He's got a badonkadonk. Of a wooden staff hitting. God, the voices again. Yeah, pretty much. Hitting the sound of a wooden staff thumping on a wooden parquet or a floor or stairs inside the building, and the door creaks open. Clearly the wooden hinges here haven't been treated in very well, and there's almost a slight stuck quality as this clawed hand comes out the side and pulls the door open, peering up at you from under his cowl and the staff that he's holding to try and support himself. You see the disfigured thank you very much, mate, that's very kind of you. You see the disfigured scarred, pockmarked face of Kranodyn as he looks up at the three of you.
Oh, you finally came.
Well,
Yes.
yeah.
And you brought someone else.
Yeah. This is Yozarizel.
Yozaril.
Yeah, Yozariel. That's what I said. He's one. You know him, don't you?
I do.
You let us inside.
Okay.
He turns slowly around, pulling the door more open. As you entered, there is a very, very warm light that flows out of the room in front of you, and the smell of burning burning wood fire here that did getting more snake by the minute. I love it. That banishes the damp feeling of the area that you're in, and also the smell of pine and spices waft out of the room as well. As he pulls the door wider and invites you all in. As you step in, there is it's the best description I can say. It is the house of a hoarder. I can say the room that you enter directly into the living room itself. There is no porch, there is no parlor, nothing else. You just enter straight into the room of the living room. There is a very tall, high-backed winged chair which you watch as Kranodyn just lowers himself slowly into the chair, positioned in a way close to the fire, so the warmth of the fire is able to spread across him, and there is clutter everywhere. You can see on one side this very tall bookcase with we're going to say glass fronted doors and books just piled in there. You can see that on another side, what would be a bureau used for writing is open, and there is scattered bunches of books and quills and paper all over the place. And on another side, you can see small little statues of figurines or figurines in various different strange poses on another tabletop. There in the center of the room would be a coffee table if you could see it, due to the fact that most of it is covered in little knickknacks and statues and small intricate designs of machines, for the want of a better word. From the open door onto to the right of the room, you can see another warm firelight from the inside, and the smell of roasting bread coming through from that side, as well as some unusual spices mixed into that smell. To the left of the room, you can see a very tall, narrow, rickety staircase that seems to head upwards to an upper floor above your heads. The room is lit by various candles dotted around the room, all looking like they've been replaced hundreds of times. You can see the tower of wax just there on the sides of where all these candles were placed. Kranodyn beckons for you to come in and says,
Find a seat. There are plenty of spaces. You may have to move a few things, I'm afraid.
Right. I come in and basically, if there is any kind of bare spot on the floor anywhere off to the side, I just kind of plop down there.
There are spare spots on the floor. It's usually the routes that Kranodyn takes to move around the room. So there's not a lot of room. That's where he sits. All right, fair enough. That's where you sit. Lila?
Lila does this thing of somehow she manages within minutes, or like a minute, to unearth a chair, fluff up a pillow, and make it into this island of like a comfy space to sit. Pulls up her knees and is like, and has like another package of crumbly cookies that she took somehow from a pouch. Like, there's a little basket for you, and like there's a tiny corner of coziness there.
You know what, Lila? You can have from me for free, because I love this idea. You have a little pocket somewhere sewn into your clothing, which is a pocket designed to produce cookies.
Yes.
Because it is adorable, and I love that. I love that image of Lila just diving into a pocket and pulling out a bunch of cookies. I love that. So you can definitely have that.
It's the most little pleasure of lives with which to honor the gods, and you should have a guest present of good cookies everywhere you go.
Absolutely,
nice. I love.
Absolutely agree with that. So yes, you can have that. You can definitely have that for free.
I will go.
Torteek looks at Lila do this, and he kind of just stares at her, and then.
Would you like
licks his lips?
Or vanilla flavor?
Yes, please.
I hand him two.
He takes them and he's holding them very daintily. He's got them like this. He's got the two pinky fingers up, the two small fingers up in the air, and he's like. He sabers them because he loves them.
Mm-hmm. Yozeril walks in, looks around, and goes, "I think I'll stand if you don't mind." White Snow, I would be so fat with such a person. You and me both, pal. You and me both. Yes, will say, I think I'll stand if you don't mind. I'm sorry to get bound to business, but there's unfortunately something that I really, well, your compatriots here that seem to know you, your, Kranodyn says, they are not my compatriots for now. Well, yeah, well, they mentioned something about a machine that you're building. Kranodyn looks over the parrot, looks over at you two.
Okay.
Did mention that to them. Yes.
You did, and you said that Bum Lover didn't want to let you do what you needed to do. Well, Mr. Yozareel here just got into an argument with him and was saying that he can't go fishing, right, Mr. Yozareel? Because the ghosts are in the way. Yep.
Well,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That is indeed correct. The mayor of the town has prevented me from requesting an expedition into the forests.
Yep.
And he looks right at Yozareel when it says that. And Yozareel looks at him. Oh, right, yeah, okay. Now I understand. Well, that's cleared that up, I'm afraid. And he looks over to you, Torteek and Lila. I'm sorry, but if it's an expedition that's required to go in the forests, there's nobody that's going to help you with that. I'll have to go.
Wait a minute.
What?
You forget something here.
What?
We don't know what the hell you're talking about, so you need to give some descriptions over here.
Torteek and Lila, what are your passive investigations?
Oh, well, to just tell you, I'm a 15. So basically, whatever your investigation score is, add that to 10, and that's your passive.
Correct. So have a look at your skill. Have a look at your skills. Your investigation plus 10.
Investigation 0 plus 10, so 10.
10. Cool. All right.
Minus 15.
Okay.
Mine is 15.
Torteek, you'd be the one that would see that would sort of see this and start to piece things together a little bit. A lot of the statues that are dotted around the room, well, they are not normal. They are not human or humanoid in appearance. They tend to all be statues of vague, amorphous, tentacled shapes, or things with biting mouths and long, overextended arms. And there are... Sorry?
Like what I thought.
Some could evoke something along those lines. Yes, others could evoke. But you're not really sure. They tend to evoke more images of otherworldly horrors. I think it's the best description I can have for that. And it's just all glancing around because you're an observant person. The books that are on the shelves all seem to deal with the occult in various, or at least they have titles that seem to be related to the occult. You'd be the one that would be able to piece all these things together.
All right.
Yozareel, in answer to your question about what's going on outside, about why you wouldn't be able to go there, says, well, the forests are haunted. There's plenty of things within the forests that, well, anybody who goes into it doesn't really come back, to be honest. Or if they do, we often have to either put them out the misery or confine them to the Screaming Tower. And you don't really want to get confined to the Screaming Tower, to be honest. So we can't really launch an expedition, because if we did, well, we'd lose half the town, or at least those who go into it, and then we'd have to launch another expedition to go and get them, and then they would get lost. The forests are not a place where you want to go, to be honest.
Well, I heard that before, but so no one can tell you why. That's just what happens when they come back. Then, what they see out there.
Well, it's cut. To be honest, there's lots of stuff in the forests that we don't really know about. That we just hear grumblings and roarings from the edges whenever we go near it. But that's also where all the ghosts come from. That's where they reside at night when night comes down. And he looks out the window again. Okay, we've got some time. At night when the sun goes down, that's where they come from. We have our ways to prevent ghosts from getting into our homes and killing us. That's the easy bit. But we don't have anything to protect us against the ghosts in the forests.
Well,
But like, why is it then the mayor and his people? They seem to be a bit more in control or in charge of these kinds of situations, right? Like, are they the only ones that approve or disapprove? Have they ever done anything useful against the ghosts and in the forest?
He kind of shrugs. He shrugs at that. Thank you very much, TK Clay. It's very kind of you.
yeah.
He kind of just shrugs to that and goes, "Well, I don't know. That's something he'd have to ask him himself." He's in charge because he thinks of the town, really, but he's a bit of an asshole. But at least he thinks of the town. He's not the nicest of persons to treat with.
Does he ever do useful things for the town, or is he just talking about doing useful things for the town?
No, he does useful things to the town. He guides us, and he decides what's best for the town, and what the best places to grow to are, and whether or not a person should be saved or should be put out of their misery if they happen to come back.
Okay, I would like to roll an insight check on this guy and see if he's... Like, is he kind of brainwashed into liking this guy, or is he actually sure that the mayor has his best interest in mind?
Okay, roll me insight then, please. Yeah.
May I as well? Because I'm kind of investigating as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I suck at this. I think the beer in the tavern earlier confused Lila.
Definitely has affected Lila, but Torteek, you're used to your drink, and
5.
with a 22. He genuinely believes what he's saying. There is definitely the idea of, well, I wish he wasn't such an asshole. But he does believe what he's saying in terms of Vagnos being a good for the village, and absolutely 100% believes the decisions that Vagnos takes with regards to those individuals who might go to the forest and then if they survive, come back. Doesn't seem like brainwashing though.
So the mayor might not do the most useful things from our perspective, but within the means and the possibilities, he is protecting people, and they begrudgingly accept that.
So it may seem, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what Torteek gathers.
Right.
Kranodyn,
All right.
in the silence as you both are listening as you both take in what Yozaril says, Kranodyn turns to you two.
You are not bound by the laws of this town. You could try and retrieve the one item I require to finish the machine.
Yozaril immediately pipes up, "Oh, no, you don't want to do that. You really don't want to do that. If you do, you're going to die. That's for sure."
Whoa.
Can I do another perception check on Kranodyn? The name is a bit...
Kranodyn, do you want to do perception or insight? Which is it?
I'm kind of equally good at both of them. What it does it?
Well, perception is about about observing your surroundings. Insight is about trying to read him.
Yeah, I'd like to read him, honestly, so an insight check.
Okay. Do an
I'd
insight
just
check.
like to figure out if he's in this kind of mad scientist mode, where he's willing to sacrifice people to get what he needs. Like, if he doesn't care that we'll live or die, or if he thinks maybe it's not that big of a risk. You guys can manage it. It's like a fairy tale that people get told because they should be afraid, but honestly, it's not that dangerous.
Okay.
That kind of.
All right. Roll insight then for me, please.
Oh, come on!
Oh, come on.
Almost stopped at the 16.
I know. I saw it. I watched it. I watched it tilt over from 16 to a 3.
Can I give her a reroll?
No, you're in the game, mate. Sorry.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. He's difficult to read. He just looks like a very broken physically man, just trying to do something better for the betterment of the town.
Well, honestly, since Lila's whole mission is about conquering fear and facing the unknown and all this kind of stuff, to be spiritually enlightened, and it seems like exactly the mission to do that. And I think she's a bit foolishly thinking this is a glorious way to do this.
Okay.
Yeah. Torteek, how are you on this?
What? I'm sorry. I was just thinking about how I'm really thirsty right now.
His willingness to save people from ghosts and risk his own life is definitely, how do you call that? It's definitely bound to the amount of beer that he gets promised.
Kranodyn is looking at the pair of you as you're ruminating over what to do and just trying to decide.
I'm not good at the beer side, but I could make it somewhat worth your while.
I heard beer and while and worth it.
I could give you enough money to get enough beer for yourself. Maybe start your own brewery.
Ooh.
Oh.
I have been trapped here for far too long and had far too much time to gather items. I have means.
Yozo was just looking at you both with. It's not difficult to read. He thinks you're mad.
He's gonna think Lila even more mad because she's like, I will not do it for money. If I do it for money, I conquer fear with greed, and that is not why I'm here.
Right. No greed, no money. and no beer. I'm making a change. I'm not going to do this. I'm not drinking beer anymore. I need to straighten myself, get on the right track.
You're
Let's
just
talk
gonna
whiskey.
drink wine now?
Fucking hell, dude.
Let's
Really?
talk whiskey.
Really?
Do it.
Oh my god, mate. Jeez. I was wondering where you were going with that.
How about that? If we manage to do this, you help us pay for a voyage back home,
Right?
and give us some treasures with which we can help the poor people somewhere of your choice. Choose poor people you want to help, and we see a way to help them.
Kranodyn is turned his head, and it's weird because he's looking at you with the eye that is milky and cloudy. But he's looking at you through, well, apparently at least somewhat seeing you through that eye.
You would do this from truism? From altruism instead through money?
Oh, yes. I would always choose whiskey for altruism over money.
Then, if that's what you desire,
Yeah.
I will agree. Do we have an accord?
Huh?
Do we have an accord?
I'd like to first discuss this with Torteek.
Right.
Because I can't
Yes.
for him or for me, and would like for not being better informed, maybe.
I have a room
Yeah.
upstairs where you may talk privately, should you wish.
All right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Make it so.
Please.
He gestures to the stairs. He gestures to the staircase behind that leads upwards to an upper floor. The Yozeril is just staring at the pair of you. Well, you both are absolutely fucking mad. I don't
I'm
see
happy
anything
right
here
now.
for me. Yeah, well, whatever. I don't see anything for me right now. I'm going to head off. Kranodyn, it was a pleasure. I hope whatever this is works out for you. And he opens the door and heads out to the door.
Wait, before you go, one more
what?
thing.
What?
When I make my whiskey, will you buy some?
Absolutely, we ain't got that stuff here.
All right. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Well, good
I
luck.
look at Lila. Lila, we'll have to establish a market before I change my game.
That is all right.
Right, so the pair of you head up to the upper floor and to have a private conversation.
I would like to ask one thing of Kranodyn before we go upstairs, and that is just like, do you have something, maybe some artifact, a piece of armor, armor is useless for us, but a weapon, something that might help us to actually come back from the mission and survive? Because I'm not gonna, I'm not going to go up against impossible odds if it is that impossible.
He smiles, and you can sort of make out the crooked smile that appears underneath his face.
I do. You see those statues over there?
And he points with one very long arm towards a side table where you can see two statues. Both appear to be this... I actually genuinely have no words to describe it, because I can see the image absolutely in my head, but I can't describe it. It looks like an individual with far too much hair that splits from the top of from the crown of the head all the way down to the base of the statue. The statue itself is only about that tall. Literally, it's only about that tall. It's not very tall, not very big at all. But the hair, as it comes down to the base of the statue, it curls up and kind of becomes almost like the ends of tentacles on the end at the edges of it. The face itself appears to be this really long, elongated creature with this massive open jaw to it. A jaw which has no teeth or anything else. Where there would be eyes, there are no eyes. There are no eyes to it, and underneath this jaw is almost like the strange elongated fingers bits sort of coming out from underneath the bottom jaw of this statue. And he just points over to those two things. There's two of them here.
Take those, and you'll be protected for the most part.
All right.
What did you say,
I'll
Liam?
go over to. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, just interesting. And wondering in what way they protect us.
Sure.
But that will be revealed in mysterious time.
I walk over to go and grab one, but as I do so, I get up and I'm looking around. I'm enacting Divine Sense.
Okay. Divine Sense is faith or undead?
Celestial Fiend or Undead in 60 feet.
Celestial Fiend or undead in 60 feet. There is no... There's no celestial, there's no undead within 60 feet. And there is no fiend within 60 feet either, yet these two statues emanate a slight aura of fiendish energy.
But in like a negative way?
They just emit an aura of fiendish energy.
All right. One other thing that it says is, you know, the type of.
1 second, guys. My
All
phone is dying. I just noticed. I need to search my cable fast, or it's gonna die.
Go for it. Go for it.
Right.
Carry on talking.
You know the type of any whatever who was presence I sense. Celestial Fiend or Undead. Can I tell it? But it says obviously not an identity, so it's like I could tell that the type of fiendish energy, but I couldn't tell it's fiendish energy from Beelzemon. You know, I could tell it's like devilish or demonic or something.
Demonic.
Okay. Like strong demonic, or because you can do that as well.
Not in my world.
Okay.
Well, no, tell a lie. Tell a lie. There are certain levels.
Like challenge rating 20 or no?
Yeah, I can't. No, that ain't gonna be a thing. Yeah, I can't really give you a level. I can't really give you a strength. Just that there is a sense of demonic fiendish energy that is being emitted by these statues.
What about like light, moderate, high, severely high?
All right. I can give you that one. It is moderate in in emission. Enough to create a palpable aura that you can sense with your divine ability.
Okay. And this is what he was pointing to that had what we wanted to take.
Correct.
Interesting.
Correct.
All right. All right.
I will also say those things definitely light up to you. There are also vague sources dotted around the room as well that have a fiendish energy to them. Indeed, you sense a very, very faint fiendish energy emitting from just outside the doorway.
Which doorway? To outside the building?
To the home, yes, the door to the home.
All right. Did I was gonna say Azrael, but Yozriel leave already?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna kind of like stop and I move towards the door and open up the door and look outside.
You look outside and you see a overcast area. You see a pretty overcast sky. You see Yozriel is heading away down the beach ahead of you. You don't and you don't sense anything else. Certainly not from him, at least. But you do sense just above your head, where the lintel of the door is, a vague sense of fiendish energy.
From inside or outside the door?
Outside, just above your head.
I kind of poke out and look up.
You see inscribed onto the lintel of the door what looks to be runes in Abyssal. And I believe you can read Abyssal, right?
I think so. Give me 1 second here to see what I can do. Where's that at? Ability. Oh, for fuck tech. Yes, I can speak Abyssal.
Okay. These runes are runes of warding.
Okay, that's kind of where I was thinking it was going. All right. I come back inside and I move up to the thing and I take 2. No, I just take 1. Yeah, I take 1.
Okay.
No, I'll take 2. I'll take 2.
You'll take both of them. Okay. There were only 2 anyway. So yeah, sure, fine.
Oh, okay. I take the both.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Let's and I start moving upstairs and I'm like, are you coming, Lila?
I will. Okay.
Right. The wood of the stairs creaks and groans as you both head up head up. Seemingly these stairs haven't been used in a very, very long time. But as you head, seemingly at least anyway, as you head up there, the warmth of the building gets a little bit less as the warm firelight disappears below you, and you find yourselves in a upper room. What looks to have once been the bedroom, at least from what you can make out from the bed, the nice double 4-poster bed that is in one corner of this room. Except this room is now full of clutter. Mostly of very intricate machine parts. Almost like this room has been turned into a laboratory or an inventor's den rather than a bedroom anymore.
Are there any kinds of plans, like anything, diagrams, anything like that?
There are. There are plenty. In fact, there is one diagram pinned to the wall above a desk that is filled with small, intricate contraptions and design parts, most of which all look very, very similar in make. And you can the plan itself. It actually looks very similar to the items that are on the desk, but it looks to be like this, almost like a spinning top. Or no, not speeding it up. A gyro. That's the better description. It looks like it's a gyro, with the spinning device inside it. Except you can see that inside the gyro itself is suspended a small coin, for want of a better word, with vague scribbles or scratches onto it. The devices that are scattered around the bench here all bear a very strong resemblance to this image. You guys have very good passive perception, passive observation, which is why you're getting this information. They all strike a very good resemblance to this image. Except that in every single one of the devices, that coin that is in the center of the gyro all looks to be blackened in some way.
The coin does? Or you said everything else does?
The coin does. The coin itself is blackened.
Is it like just staying stationary, or is it kind of spinning itself?
No, it itself is stationary. And all the devices you can see here are all stationary.
I kind of want to go up to that coin and just try to take a look at it closer to see if I can determine what type of coin it is, if there's any markings on it. You know.
Sure. You can pick up one that, like, there's a lot of these gyroscopic looking devices here, and every single one of them has one of these coins presumably in it. You pick up one of them and you look at the coin that has been placed very carefully between two spikes in the between sort of two spikes, for want of a better word, in the center of this gyro to hold it steady. And you can see that I'm gonna need you to roll me a nature check.
A nature check?
Yeah. You can both do this if you want, if you're looking at these devices, but if you're both looking at these devices.
Nature. Oh,
Nice, 19.
I kept missing the hole. 12.
12. Okay. Torteek, you're unsure what it is. It looks metal, but you're unsure what type of metal it is. Lila, you know that this is silver.
it's silver?
It's silver. And it is tarnished silver as well. It has been blackened. It is.
My friend Yo-Yo just came in to visit. Say hello to
I know.
you.
All good. And of course now it's.
silver. So
It kept freezing with him coming in and kissing you on the cheek. It just kept on repeating, kiss, 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 kiss.
Yo-Yo is a she just like shaved her. She just shaved her hair off a while ago. Yeah, but that is also okay. So, we have silver in there that's kind of like in need of a polish.
Well, it's not. It's less about it looking like it needed polish and more looking like it is completely tarnished. 100%, and is
But what's the difference there?
Well, it's tarnished in the sense that it's tarnishing is what silver does when it oxidizes. So instead of rusting, which is what iron would do, it's oxidizing and becomes black. And normally you would actually just clean that off and it would look perfect. It would look great again. Except as you start to scrape and rub against the silver to try and remove that black film, it doesn't come off, and it seems to be that the entire coin or whatever this little thing is completely oxidized right the way through to the core.
Interesting.
You also no, actually, I'm going to get you both now to roll me a Yeah, to roll me a... I'll let you choose. Either perception or investigation. To examine
I'm
these
definitely
coins.
Perception. Way better at perception. Oh!
Oh,
I'm
natural
super good
20!
Nice! Nice! At least one of us is perceptive right now.
Roll once more bucks. I'm sorry.
Me too.
This coin, it's only due to your very sharp eyes, Lily. Lila. Let's call you Lily there, sorry, just then. Lila.
Lila.
The coin looks like it was inscribed with letters. What languages do you speak?
Oh, I don't think too many. Let me check. Abilities, right? Yeah, right.
It'll
Language
be
is nothing.
just common. Okay. Then you
I
do
think
not.
So.
Yeah?
Unless I missed the point where I should have given myself another language. I guess I speak whatever the halflings speak.
Common. And halfling.
Native language, but.
So you don't recognize the language or the runes that are inscribed onto this coin. It's very, very, very difficult to see.
I'd like to point out the runes to Torteek, like make him aware of them and see if he can maybe read them.
Can I see them?
You can, as Lida sees this and sees these runes and then points them out to you. They are really small and very, very difficult to see due to basically the entire thing just being a block of oxidized silver. You are able to make out the runes though. These runes are runes of warding.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very similar to the ones on the door on the lintel of the doorway. But they have been altered. They have been altered. They have been altered in some way. I need you to roll me Arcana now, please.
Both of us or me?
Just you, Torteek, because you are the one that are able to read them.
I kind of I'll mumble this. Is there anybody else up here with me? With us?
No, it's just you two. It's just you two.
I will actually look at it. Well, Layla, I was going to let you know, and I'm kind of like look over to the door, to the stairs, going down or whatever it was, and I kind of lower my voice a little bit. I said, these look similar to the things that I have on the outside of a door out downstairs, and it's like the runes of warding to keep things away or out, but these look altered here. I kind of pointed out to her,
okay,
to what I'm explaining, to see if she can assist.
Oh, to maybe compare to what it is supposed to look like, or
figure out what the alterations are. Yeah.
All right. I'll allow an assist on that one.
Okay. Advantage.
So that means you get
That's just an advantage. Yeah. Torteek specifically here. You're the one that's rolling the Arcana here. 12.
Nah. Average all day, buddy.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
It doesn't completely suck this time, so that's nice.
No, it doesn't completely
Thanks,
suck.
darling.
You know that these runes have been altered. These are definitely runes of warding. But you can't quite figure out as to the purpose of the alteration.
I have to think. I state this, so I have to look around a little bit more up here. But we were going to talk. What did you want to talk about, Lila, when we were up here?
Just away from everybody. how
Yeah.
do you... Would you agree to go to the dangerous forest with all the ghosts?
Yeah.
Like, now that you've met him a bit more, you've seen his place, you see the machine in front of you right now. And
Yeah.
the warning of the villagers, the impression from the mayor. I'm just... I believe that he actually wants to help the village. And I also believe the mayor is a bit of a dick, honestly, but I'm not sure. Maybe there's something to it. To the
Yeah.
ghosts, to the fact that we might not come back alive. I wonder if we're being foolish or not to just jump into that.
Well, this is what we came here for, isn't it?
Yeah, but foolishness and bravery are not the same thing.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, I'm still really thirsty and I'm thinking about whiskey. But outside of that, well, we don't know if it's really foolish or not, right? One man's fool is another man's wisdom, right?
Lila thinks about the saying for a second and about the nature of objective reality and truth and where the subjective goes, and then goes like, so far Torteek has actually done foolish things that have led us somewhere. So he might be correct. I just want to be, I want to face my fears, and I want to, help the village, defeat the ghosts, all of these things. I just don't want to necessarily die. If, She's a bit afraid.
Just be careful, right? I mean, it could be that there's just some old man, some old farmer guy out in the woods that's wearing a mask to look like a ghost and scaring everybody. Maybe we should get a dog to help us figure it out and sniff things out. And we could give him snacks.
Yeah, I mean, that could be. We don't know what we're getting into. It might be very dangerous, and it might just be a guy with a mask. Yes, that could be true. Thank you. So you think we should just do it? We should just go in?
Yeah, we don't know until we go and try it, right? We've got to figure it out. And this is what we are here for. And don't worry, for you, I've got a potion of heroism that'll help us out, all right?
All right. I'm going to take a sip of whiskey. Let us just do this. And also, the whole time that this conversation is going on, Lila sort of subconsciously, almost meditatively sorts the space. So like where she was standing, it's suddenly a bit nicer. The dust is gone. There's like a random incense stick that appeared. The workspace seems a bit more orderly. It's all a bit... So it's just a bit nicer. She's just been doing stuff with her hands, and that's what happens. The space is more pleasant.
Things just become tidy and more welcoming and homely in your presence, Leela.
I think that's going to be...
Torteek goes and takes a drink out of his mug, and he blinks and looks, it's all changed.
What were you saying, Leela?
Sorry, Lena.
That's just going to be the gimmick that is integrated into your world building now, Ed. Whenever a character is a priest of the small pleasures in life, that's their aura. That's what they do. They just come into a space and make it.
I absolutely love it, and yeah, I'm perfectly happy for that to be a thing. I love it. I'm very happy for that to continue existing, because it is wonderfully cozy, and I love it. All right, so what have you both decided? Tell me.
I think the whiskey and the wise words of Torteek have helped Lila decide that it's a good idea to go to the deadly forest everybody is super afraid of and just see what we find. We have weird stuff and our friendship.
Okay.
And our kung fu moves.
All right. So
Kung Fu moves.
you both head downstairs to reveal your decision to Kranodyn. Kranodyn is still sitting slouched, somewhat slumped somewhere in it, somewhat in his chair. You can still smell the baking bread, the baking spiced bread coming from the kitchen. Though you're kind of worried. The thought starts to occur: if he's baking spiced bread, how does he get from here to the kitchen without it burning? But that thought quickly goes from your mind as he looks up at you all, and you give your agreements to him as to what you wish to do. And that's where we're going to take a quick break here now, because I find myself in need of the toilet and also lacking tea. So
That's
because
why I
my
wear
pot-
adult diapers.
my pot is only capable of one mug, so I have to go and refill that pot of tea. So don't go away as these two receive the task that they have been set, and then figure out what happens on the way. Don't go away.
Yes.
See you shortly.
Ta-ta for now.
Hello. We are back. Yes, we had a bit of a shorter break than normal. Because I want to keep pushing the story, and I'm having fun here as well. Also, I'm going to show off the tea that I'm currently drinking right now. It is from D&T again, Arborean Thicket. Is what it's called.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Arborean
Love that
Thicket, which has cedar tips, green tea, ginger, almonds, and chocolate.
So
Oh,
good.
that sounds delicious.
It is actually. Although I would actually much prefer it without the chocolate flavor, the chocolate nibs in it. But you know, that's just me. Anyways, without further ado, let's dive into the session where our two heroes, our two monks, or one full monk and a monk and several other things, are in Kranodyn's home, where they have just agreed to undertake the task that Kranodyn has for them to go and find an artifact for him that'll help, in his words, keep the town or this village safe from ghosts that constantly haunt it every night. As you stand there and declare it to him, a slow smile spreads across his face of satisfaction at your agreement.
Creepy.
That definitely pleases me. I unfortunately cannot help you. But you have the things that will safeguard you for the most part on your possession.
He looks to you, Torteek.
Those two statues.
But can you
Yeah.
tell us more about this? How do they help us?
As she asks this, I hand her one.
They will prevent the majority of things and creatures in the forest from attacking you. But if you make too much noise or wander too close, you will still be hurt. It will also protect you from the innate miasma of the forest from affecting your mind.
How do you know this is
Keep
going to work if you don't go into the forest with them?
That's an excellent question.
I know.
Insight check.
Please roll insights check.
Yeah, baby.
24. There it is. His rolls are back. There is you easily read him in this regard when he says, I know. He knows. It may be because he has done some testing. It may be he has done some research. But he is extremely confident that these two small statues will be the things that will prevent your minds from being twisted and warped by whatever is inhabiting the forest. You
Right.
also notice, I'll give you this one, Torteek. You also notice a certain amount of excitement, even though he seems to be very sedate in his speech and in his physicality. You can't help but notice a gleam in his eye as he starts talking about what you require to do.
He's a little too excited about this.
But like excited in a mischievous way, or just in a oh my god, a project and the ghost haunting is finally gonna come to fruition.
Didn't roll high enough to make that much a distinction.
Right. But I'm actually thinking this right now. But I do give a look over to Lila, kind of like, to let her know that I'm a bit on the wary side, but still.
Sure.
Yeah, I feel you.
He continues, unaware of your unease.
You may need to take a note of what I am going to say. Head out of the city in the direction opposite to the statue of Lockjaw. You'll find the forests quickly. Walk along the edge of the forest to the right until you find the path that leads into it. Continue along the path until you find the waystone. It is a small rounded stone with a circle and cross image on it. There you'll need to turn off the path and follow an animal track until you make out the small mound in the woods. The mound is where you will find the last piece for my device. Please retrieve it for me.
What does this piece look like?
It looks like a medallion.
Anything on the medallion?
Yes. It has the image of a knight in full armor on it. They are there defeating a lizard.
What did he say?
They are there defeating a lizard.
Okay.
I'm writing all this down.
I wrote some down too.
Is he the knight is fighting a lizard or a wizard?
Lizard.
Okay. Very different things.
Oh yeah, very different things. No, a lizard.
That's the wrong amulet. There's not a wizard on this. We gotta keep searching.
Language is fun.
Uh-huh. So.
How far away is this? Will we get there before dark if we leave now?
No.
Well, bugger. So we should wait till the morning, or should we go now? And I kind of look at Lila.
Yeah, like, is it more than just an afternoon's walk? Is it more like 2 or 3 days? What are we looking at here?
You will be gone at least a day. If you leave now, you will have to spend the night in the forests. You might be able to get back the following afternoon. If you leave in the morning, you might be able to return at night.
I think I prefer that. Or do you
Leaving
wanna
in the
spend a night
morning.
out there? Yeah.
Well, either way, we're spending the night out there, ain't we?
No. If we leave tomorrow morning, we might make it back before nightfall. That's what you meant. So we don't have to
Oh.
actually. But you know, if we. She leans over and kind of whispers, but if we stay here now, we could try and make another appointment. Wink. Wink.
Your subtlety is amazing, Lila. Well, all right. We can look at you, and we can do whatever you feel is necessary. Because really, I'm thirsty and I can't think straight.
Is there anything else we should know about that we should take to the forest?
If you get injured, do you have a way to heal yourself?
I know a fair bit about medicine, and I have basic ointments and such things.
Yeah,
Like
I can heal herself. I've got healing potion, and I tap my alchemy jug.
But if you get attacked, do you have a way to heal wounds?
Oh yeah, no. What are you talking about?
Well, so I do have a proficiency in medicine. I need maybe to get some bandages and some such things. Or did I give myself those? No, I got a herbalism kit. That's not very helpful.
Okay.
Are you?
So mechanically, a herbalism kit will be able to, with a medicine check, you will be able to stabilize somebody with a herbalism kit, but you won't heal them. You actually specifically have to have the feat healer to do that with a herbalism kit, unfortunately.
Okay. So.
However, you can grasp. Yeah, it helps with not dying, but you can also grasp. You can also craft. That's the word I wanted. Craft health potions with a herbalism kit.
Okay, I think then I would spend my afternoon doing a bit of that, honestly.
Okay, perfect. But we'll get onto that in a moment. We are still at Kranodyn's home, though.
No,
What do you have in mind, Kranodyn?
I have some potions which you can use.
Oh, like what kind of potions? Are these potions that heal you?
They are.
And he reaches beside him, pulls on a drawer that's nearest to him. A very long-fingered hand descends into the drawer and pulls out two small potions. Holds them forward. They look like healing potions, or they look like they should be healing potions. If it weren't for the fact that kinda goopy, doesn't have a nice sort of flowing bright red color to them. They look kinda goopy and like the color of old blood instead of a nice vibrant red.
Is there a way for me to analyze that once we're out the door with my herbalism kit and see what it actually is?
I'll say so. Yeah.
Okay, but then I will just say, "Oh, thanks, great," and take it.
Sure. All right. You have you have 2 potions. Since you're going to analyze them.
Do healing potions go rancid?
Sorry, I heard both of you just then. What was you saying, Lila?
Potions of mysterious origin is what I'm going to write into my equipment.
That's fine. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. In answer to your question, Torteek, Kranodyn says,
I do not know. I have had them a while. Maybe they do.
Oh, right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have anything that can help someone be quiet?
No.
All right. Bye.
Thank you for taking this task. It brings me great relief.
Usually that's when I flatulate.
Lovely.
It will bring great relief when we make it back home.
No, it's not really lovely at all. It's really horrible, to be honest with you.
Then I suggest you leave now.
and he starts to rise slowly from his seat, and in his very hunched and broken way, slowly shepherds you both to the exit of his home. You find yourselves outside his abode, the door slowly, creakily closing behind him. And yeah, you are to your own devices. You know where you need to go. You know what you want to. You know the task that's been set to you. What do you want to do?
So, I would first of all like to find a nice spot, like maybe in my tent home in the hotel, to analyze the potions, and to also maybe make 1 or 2 more healing potions with my herbalism kit that are fresh and new.
Sure. All right, that's absolutely fine. It will take an hour to analyze these things, and it'll take another hour to create at least 1. Depending on what you roll, you may be able to get 2. So we'll have to see about that. Torteek?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to do before before you either depart, or I think I have a suspicion, go and infiltrate Vagnos's home?
Actually, I'm gonna be hanging out with Lila, and I am. He's sitting there with Lila. This is what he stops. And he thinks to himself, and there's this video montage, that goes on where he's like looking and he's thinking and he's writing down ideas and he's trying to think about different ways and things to do to brew like the best whiskey ever, and he's just writing them down. He's like doing stuff, and he's got these jars, he's mixing them up, and he's like smelling them, he's like tasting, he's got like goggles on, blah 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 blah. He's doing all this, like pull something up, it's like just out of nowhere he's got like this jar of whiskey. He takes sips, he's like, this is the best thing ever. And he's like, yeah. And then when we get to it, Lila's done, she comes out, he's passed out with his jug, he's got like wine dripping down his face, like Basically, we see Torteek having the most expressive time, and then we realize that he's just been drinking the entire time and has passed out drunk. Lila. Yeah, this is all his drunken dream.
Lila, you spend a good hour with these 2, or at least one of these 2 very congealed very congealed, the color of old blood potions. These are indeed healing potions. However, they are not. They are not good. They unfortunately will not heal the full 2d4 plus 2. They will only get a 1d4 plus 1 from these healing potions. They have been sitting around for far too long to be effective.
Okay, so 1d4 plus 1.
Yeah, they are effectively minor healing potions. Let me just quickly see if I have those in my as an item. I'm not sure.
Oh, I already typed them down in my equipment now.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's okay. I also don't have them from my other campaign. So, but they are minor healing potions with 1d4 plus 1. Minor healing potions for those who know Dungeons and Dragons are not a thing. They are a thing in my world and my games. So, if you're wondering why you can't find them, it's because they're a homebrew item. These potions have been sitting around for far too long to be effective. With regards to your herbalism kit, please for me. Are you proficient in herbalism kits?
Yes, and the medicine.
Ah, amazing. Then I believe I'll just quickly find my book here. Here we go. Because it's always on my desk. It's exactly what I need. Here we go. Because I'll actually be able to know what I require you to roll. Oh, doesn't get. Here we go. Content smoke on. Let's. You know what? Fuck it. We'll call it a medicine. A medicine roll for this. Because it's nice to tell me what it is. So, roll me medicine. Okay, 14. For 1 hour, you are able to create one. It's a shot of health, supposed to push. Yeah, it's a shot of health. Yeah, you are able to create one healing potion. One potion of healing. You can spend another hour if you wish to create another one. However, you will be working basically deep into the evening time to do this.
No, I think with the 2 minor ones and 1 proper one, we have the worst covered, and I can stabilize. Like, I would like to maybe get some bandages and such things that I can have like a basic first aid kit to, stabilize a broken leg or staunch some bleeding or something. For the standard medicine check.
Yeah, no. Bandages and things like that. Those are actual items which you would need to buy. But that's very easy. That's very easy to do. You can head out to get those as necessary. I'm just quickly adding potion of healing to your kits. There you go. You have a potion of healing now.
Yes. Can you tell me what kind of die roll it has?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4. Yeah, I'm just gonna write that down.
Yep, no worries.
4 plus 2. Nice. Okay. And yeah, I'd just like to go to the, I don't know, local healer's place. I'm not guessing they have a proper pharmacy or something, but just a place where I can get some nice sterilized bandages and this kind of stuff.
Yeah, no worries. Heading out, you are able to find the how do I describe this place? You are able to find the healer's hut. And I use that term very, very loosely because you're wondering if this place really is healthy enough to be a healing place, due to the fact that this place is pretty run down. And the only thing that really makes it stand out from the other rundown buildings around it are by the vague attempt at dried herbs that are hung outside the doors, and the vague attempts at dried herbs that are hung from various plinths and beams inside this effectively home that has been converted into an apothecary as well. The individual behind the counter is one of the fish-like humanoids here, and as you ask for a set of bandages, he looks at you with a quizzical look. I've got bandages to sell for you if you want them, but I don't know how effective they will be. They're not great.
I will take them and give them to the tavern owner to boil them in hot water for as long as possible.
Okay, I also have got stuffs for other healing items. I've got bits of wood, and I've got some. What's the best word for ointments, which you can also use if you wish. If you want.
I don't think. I'm looking around and I'm just like, I don't trust any of the ointments or any of the things.
Fair.
So I will just take the bandages and get back to the tavern and ask the tavern keeper if he could boil these for me for like.
All right, then that will cost you, unfortunately, a couple of copper pieces. And he pulls out from underneath his desk. These how many do you want?
Like 3 or 4.
All right, if say 4, then it'll cost you 12 copper pieces.
Alright.
So he pulls out 4 of these bandages, and they're rolled up quite nicely and tightly. But you're pretty sure you're probably going to have to boil those due to the slight vague sheen of green that's over them, that sort of covers them.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not bandaging wounds with this until they're not like, nicely hygienic.
Sterilized, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give those to the tavern keep and
Boil
meet
them.
back with.
Sure, that's fine. He'll happily do them for you. I'm not going to have you roll anything for that. All right, so as you are all, the evening wears the afternoon wears on. Torteek, you eventually do rouse from your drunken stupor to be somewhat sober, and the evening starts to make itself known. Lila, you complete your tasks for creating the healing potion and having a set of bandages to help binding up wounds. I hasten to add, Lila, that these bandages are simply bandages. They are not a healer's kit, which will definitely help with healing. That's something just to bear in mind.
There is, I will say, Lila, you do know that Torteek does have some minor magical healing abilities.
I think between the two of us with potions and first aid and this kind of stuff, we'll probably be good, right?
Yeah.
We'll not die.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I think I'm gonna say probably Lila, since you had the what was the kit called again? Herbalism kit. There we go. Since you have the herbalism kit, you know that you could also, that if push comes to shove, you could probably head off the beaten trail to possibly find herbs and things that could help with healing as well. So that option is also available to you. So the evening starts. Sorry, carry on.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask Torteek if he feels up for a stealthy, sneaky, silent mission to break into the mayor's house.
Oh,
he's up
yes.
to.
I feel very sneaky right about now.
You are at the perfect amount of drunk to start a ruckus.
A very sneaky ruckus.
Well, I do the sneaky thing and you do the ruckus. It's the perfect division of labor here. You can even get more drunk. You can take a friend along. You can start a party, do something. I will sneak in. And just
He
rummage
leans
through
down. He leans down and grabs, not grab like vicious, but kind of like lays his hands on your cheeks and pulls you into his face. So he's like right there. And he goes, "You are the most brilliant companion I've ever had. I love you, man."
My friend, you stink of whiskey, and I love you too.
Wow. Did I leave any whiskey around? Because I'm really thirsty for more.
Okay. Have you met someone now while drinking who might be willing to bother the mayor a little bit, annoy him a bit, or do you want to start a ruckus on your own?
Oh, well, there's no one better at starting a silent ruckus than I am. I can be really loud with my silence ruckusted. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yep.
Shall we make our way?
Do I start the ruckus now?
Oh, no. Just when we're at the house. Like, you should stand in his front lawn and yell something about like, "Oh, you're so rude. What kind of mayor are you?" But nothing that will get you thrown into jail. Just like be a bit rude, you know? And then I have some time while his secretary and him come out to look through his papers. That would be my plan. Very simple and simple. I want to find out if this mayor is so hell-bent in keeping people from building this machine.
I concur.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh God. All right. So.
Go.
Yeah. No. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. So you both head out into the streets where, as you make your way to the door, Byron calls you both. Sorry, I can't remember your names, but are you sure you want to be heading up now?
No.
Well, if that's the case, can I suggest you stay indoors?
You can.
Indoor.
Well, the evening's coming on, and well,
right, close.
Yes.
Yes.
Torteek, what do we do? Do we just go out and see if we find the ghosts? But breaking in
Yes.
while there's ghosts?
And I walk out the door.
Oh no! We've already
God.
gotten 2 exciting points!
I love this. I absolutely fucking love this. Great, cool. So, Lila, do you Torteek just strides out the door? It's Byron looks to you, Lila. Well, I suggest you probably leave him. He probably won't come back.
Oh, I definitely have to go. And then she says, "Fear is the mind killer." And follows.
And follows. We'll say the camera just lingers on the incredulous face of Byron, the slightly ape-like individual, just looking with a raised eyebrow after you both. And we sort of kind of hear him mutter, "Well, that's 2 more strangers for the ghost pile." As you both head out the door. Head out the door to the evening out into the evening sky, where you can see that the overcast light has begun to darken and become really quite sinister, actually. As you wander the streets, trying to get back to the home of Vagnos.
Oh
A
no! What are we?
slight wind begins to blow. However, this wind does not come from the coast. It comes from inland and blows down from the forests that seem to border the town here. There is a coldness to the wind that seems to cut to the soul as you are walking through the town. There is a silence that seems to descend upon the town. Many individuals, those at least that are still out, are hurrying home or hurrying away and moving as quickly as possible. There is no torchlight here, and what light you can see comes from the lit homes. You wander through the town. That sense of unease, of almost town turned to a ghost in several moments. To that point, where you realise that the fog that kind of permeates the place in its entirety has started to get thicker. Can I have a survival check from one of you, please?
Oh, that was a dumb idea.
Right, well, I'll take the 19. Lila, you are the Torteek. You're still in your. You're still drunk, basically. You're awake, but you're still very drunk. So the fog makes it very difficult to see. Lila, however, you, even though the fog has become very thick and very difficult to see through, and it's also dark, you have a vague sense for where you should go, and you find yourselves in the market square. The market square is this open space with the statue of the supposed founder of the town placed in the center of it. And you know that from here, the walk to Vagnos' home is not too far. What are your passive perceptions again?
What is it?
17.
17. And you, Lila?
15.
15, okay. You both see this. You see a pale individual through the fog. Tall, thin, hair that seems to float down across shoulders, almost as though caught in the cold, biting wind that is blowing down off the woods. The figure turns away from you, and with almost a floating-like movement, it moves through the fog down a passage, an alleyway. That's what I wanted to do. Down an alleyway between the stalls.
Has it noticed us as we have noticed it?
Doesn't appear to. It is not heading the way you need to go. I will say that.
Okay, that's good.
All right, so I look at you, Leela, and whoa, I guess you're not lying when they say there's ghosts out here. It looks like that's a ghost or someone got into a fight with a bag of flour.
I would suggest... I'm not sure if I like this, because who makes a drunk ruckus in a foggy ghost night? They're never gonna come out to us anyway. I'm gonna stay in their home.
Sorry, that really got me, that did.
But they are! we made it. Did not think this through because every night the ghosts come, not just sometimes. Every night the ghosts come.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
Right.
just,
It's like really like, oh my god, you guys are gonna die before you even embark into the forest.
you might. I don't know. Just Torteek, I'm sorry. You have to please take inspiration for that comment because that was fucking hilarious.
If I must.
That genuinely got me. That did.
Yep. It's either a ghost or someone got into lost a fight with a bag of flour.
God, that got me.
Oh.
I don't know why, it just really got me, that did.
Because it was cute.
Ooh. Okay, if we're out anyway, I think there's something I want to try. And then just be straight up walking to the mayor's house, knocking on the door and saying, "It is ghost hour. We're trapped outside and you must help us." Or at least one of us.
We could try that, yeah.
You can't turn us back if we're literally like, hey, you need to save our asses. I'm sorry, we're out. Your house was the closest. We need to get in now and have a chat with you all night.
As you are having this discussion, you start to hear weird singing.
I hear weird singing.
Coming through the fog.
It sounds like Lady Gaga gargling.
I don't like this at all. Let us move. We have to make a decision now. Where do we go?
Yes. We go to we go that way. And I start heading towards the mayor's house.
All right.
Okay, let's go. I would like to actually do this sneakily the entire time. Like,
Roll me stealth, please.
I will certainly try.
And a 12. Okay. Lila, that sense of things around you, things that do go bump in the night and are here to do that, puts you in a very alert state of mind, and so you're able to proceed in a very, very quiet manner. Torteek, you pick up on what Lila is doing. You feel you're doing a good job as well.
Oh no!
You proceed around. You proceed following Lila, as she seems to have a pretty good idea about where to go. You proceed around one corner. Just give me a moment. What is your perception? You lucky son of a gun. You proceed round one corner, and standing right in the middle of the street in front of you is another tall, thin individual. You can see them much more clearly than the other. You see flowing white hair that seems to stream off in a northwards direction towards where you believe the forest would be. It seems to stream off in that way. Their clothing also fluttering and floating away in that direction. Seemingly against that cold breeze that is wafting down across the village from the north. And you see a gaunt lined face, very thin, withered arms, that seem to be reaching out towards a building right next to it, right next to it. And as it reaches out, it reaches out towards the door before pulling back and drifting away over to another doorway. It doesn't seem to have noticed you, but it is in your way towards Vagnos's home.
You said that it's like it's trying to open up the doors, but it pulls away before it even touches the door handle.
Yes.
Glancing at the doors to see if there's any markings on the doors or the handle.
There are. The markings that are on the door are very, very, very similar to the ones that were above Kranodyn's home.
All right.
Interesting.
And
Can you make a copy of those?
Well, good try. I whisper over to you, Lila. I point that out to you, Lila. Well, we can try to find another way around if you don't want to do this.
Lila takes out Lila leans down on the ground, picks up some of the probably wet dirt because everything in this godforsaken town is wet all the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
And draws some of the symbols on her arm or something, just scribbles them down with dirt.
Oh.
On her hand, something to remember, to trace the lines. And remember.
I'll assist her with it.
Okay. Oh, cool. Oh, that's so cool. Please can I have a performance check? Or okay, I'll let you choose either performance or dexterity. And you have advantage because Torteek is helping you with it.
17.
Are you good at performance?
I would definitely use dexterity because I suck at charisma. Oh, okay.
13. Okay.
I know, advantage. Sorry, I forgot.
You have an advantage, yes, so roll again.
Oh, okay.
So, it would be, yeah, of course, halfling trait, you get to automatically reroll ones. So, you actually rolled a 19.
Yes.
Wait,
did it reroll
yes,
automatically?
I was really wondering about this. Nice.
It rerolled automatically, yes, so you roll a 22. With Torteek's help, you are easily able to copy the elements. Even though it's in mud, you are able to copy the elements very clearly onto your arms to symbol these runes of warding that Torteek saw previously. What'd you do? Torteek, actually, that's the question. Torteek, do you do the same?
Yeah, I'll do the same. I'm
okay.
Like, that's a really good idea.
All right, dexterity check, and I presume, Lila, you will help in this regard?
Yes.
Okay.
May I actually use performance instead?
Yes, of course. Performance or dexterity, your choice. Very nice, 23. It is still in mud, and you being the turtle creature yourself, you have much more room on your person to draw these symbols, and they are very clear. Torteek, as you draw these symbols onto your person, you can't help but feel a little bit put off by them. Like there's something unnatural or unholy about these symbols.
Oh.
Doesn't make you feel comfortable.
Okay.
And it's only because of your paladin sense that it's allow you to feel this. So with these symbols drawn onto your persons, what do you do?
I was gonna drop Matt. Okay, still doing it, but as this is going on, I imagine that we kind of back up and move towards like a corner somewhere where
Sure.
they can't see us, and we're kind of hiding there, and we're doing this. And I make the comment to Lila and say, Lila, I don't know if you know or not, but these symbols are kind of fiendish in nature. It's interesting that they're choosing to use abyssal basis for protection here instead of divine.
That is very strange indeed.
But let's
Yeah,
see
but
if
they
it
seem to work,
works.
right? They seem to protect the houses, so
Yeah, they do.
we might have to rely on this for now until we know more.
Yeah, we might.
But interesting.
Yeah, it
I
is.
think,
Must be careful though.
yeah. I mean, remember when I did the ritual in the tavern, in the tent we had up? You prayed to your god, and I did to mine. That the ghosts did harm us. We were so connected with the divine at that very moment, and it seemed to make them more angry instead of help at all. So maybe they
It's
had the same
true.
experience. Getting protection from the gods doesn't work.
It's yes, right. I remember now. It's just that it's interesting that it has to be like this, almost like they're getting forced into it that way.
Yeah.
Can I have another
that's
stealth
smart
check
of
from
them.
you both, please?
No.
God.
It's been a little while.
Whew.
Okay.
You go, Ninja Lila.
Yeah, because as you were both quietly having this conversation, you have both having a heightened state of awareness right now.
Right.
The Banshee, for that's what it was, has moved on down the street that you need to walk down, and you glance round, and just drifting, for it only can, through the fog, very close to both of you, is a tall, tatter-clothed individual that exudes menace and wrath. A skeletal-like face appears beneath a cowl that comes down almost to where its missing skull eye sockets are. And you can you see emerging from out underneath the tattered cloak-like dress that it has, skeletal fingers are reaching and almost trying to claw its way through the fog here, even though it is upright and floating. You get the sense that the longer you stay outside, the more of these supernatural beings are going to start inhabiting the town here. And you both are now out at night, in the middle of the town, pretty far from anywhere that's safe. That's where we're going to end the session tonight.
No! I don't want it.
How do you think?
Oh, it's fun. It's fun. It's very creepy. It's kind of make me want to be like Ah. It's my skin crawl.
Oh, great! Because it's general. I am like my descriptions, etc. Are to me making my lower back really tense up, and like I personally like just my own descriptions of making myself feel cold. Or like I don't like this.
Nice. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, guys. Normally I would go and raid somebody, but I've got more streaming to do tonight because I'm going to take a quick moment here to reset, get everything set up for King of the Castle, where you guys who are watching, and of course if you both would like to participate, you can dethrone me, because I will be playing the King of the Castle, and you are playing all serfs, and you can vote on things to cause me problems and issues. So please feel free to join me for that. I'll be getting that set up hopefully in about 10 to 15 minutes or so. So don't go away for that.
Yes.
But yeah, normally I would go and stream, would go and raid somebody, but I'm not going to do that now. I'll be doing that. So,
raid yourself.
I'll raid myself. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, or rather, you guys will be raiding me. Thank you both, Chadwick and Ali. Thank you to you both for that. I'm having so much fun with this campaign. It is a lot of fun, and I'm loving the creepiness. I'm loving the creepiness, but I hope you both are also enjoying the creepiness that I'm injecting into this.
Yes. Oh yes.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm also
fun to see that part of the world that is a bit less whimsical and a bit more creepy and sinister.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm also very. I'd love to have a chat with you about your thoughts about what's going on here as well at some point, but can't do that now because we've got to. Oh, thank you, John Top. Thank you very much for the follow. That's very kind of you. I'd like to have a chat with you both about what your thoughts are about what's going on here, but don't have time to do that now. Yeah. I'm going to take a break here now for a moment to set things up. I'll bid goodbye to Ali and Chadwick here. Oh yeah, actually I do need to mention this. We're not ending right now, but I do need to mention next week these guys will be back again. But next week Saturday, who's going to be in charge of the stream, Chad?
I don't know.
Well, I do. It's him. It's Chadwick. With some Vampire the Masquerade. So join us then for that. But don't go away for now as we go to... thank you, bud. That's very kind. Pretty much that. Don't go away, guys, as I take a break to set things up. See you guys all shortly.